I'm so glad we're here. Welcome to the Enchantress Society. I brought some crystals that wanted to come and play today. And I welcome you all the way from Israel into this group.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so lovely to be here.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about how did you even get into crystals? I mean, they're pretty, right? So that's how I got attracted. But how about you?
Okay, so I've got to tell you, I'll tell you the honest truth, okay?
Yes.
I was actually I was working, at a university in a very nice job. And I was going through this like down period, a difficult time. And I would always hear my soul saying, you belong somewhere else. This is not good for your soul. I really had that feeling. Anyway, but I continued, it was very nice. There were a lot of positive aspects to where I was working. And then I saw this course advertised. And I said, oh my, this looks so interesting. This just sounds so interesting. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take this course. So I started to study, and I put myself on the path of study because I knew that that was something that was enriching me and making me feel very good. It was really good for me. So that was what I was going to study then. I'd finished my group therapy and I was doing psychotherapy and all sorts of different things. Anyway, so I started this course and I came home and I'm starting to study, and my husband says to me, Gila, you really got to go into this because I can just see how passionate you are about the crystals.
Beautiful.
So yeah, so that was so that's what happened.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you're a psychotherapist and you work with crystals. Do you ever, well, it's hard to not combine the two. Obviously, you're a caring person who helps people. And so what would you say is the overall like results? Like, yes, you can decorate your home, but everyone in this group knows there's more depth. Or some people, I have a couple of questions that people ask that sent me direct messages. What are crystals for?
So let's one. Lots of things there. So first of all, I actually am also a social worker. So all of that combines together. So my love and my passion is like helping people, bringing people to their happy point. That's what I want to do for people. And the crystals are a tool for doing this. So you might think that this crystal that happens to be sitting here on my desk is just here because it's pretty. But no, it's got way more to offer than that. Crystals have energy, they have frequencies, and the frequencies of the crystals actually come into they transfer to us, and we have frequencies. Our chemical makeup and the chemical makeup of the crystal is not that different. We're actually quite close and quite similar, and that is why they have the ability to impact us. So therefore, when you put crystals in your home, and if you choose those crystals because these are the crystals you like, then they are the correct crystals for you, because you are naturally attracted to the crystals that are good for you, which is an unbelievable thing.
I love that because this group is full of sensitive women who, and a current theme is, oh, I don't know how to do it, or I'm not doing it right, or I'm not going to get the right ones. Maybe, sometimes. And so that idea of what you just said is like, pick the ones that basically you believe are right. And so it is, those are the right ones for you.
Exactly. And even not we can bolster them with other certain things, other crystals as well, but they give us a tremendous understanding, because once you understand, for example, this crystal will probably work well for a lot of your ladies because this is called selenite, by the way. Okay. And you can see the lines in it. And I don't know why, but it's just something that, it's one of the ones I love. Now, I belong in your group because I'm one of those sensitive ladies. Okay. And this tells me that people are sensitive. There's something in this that attracts us and helps us from actually being overly sensitive. Sometimes that we're a little bit too sensitive and can't get on with things. And it's like, I want to have this argument with you, but I'm going to cry. Did that ever happen to you? It happens to me. I want to have this argument. Don't take it too seriously that I'm crying. I just can't help it. That's just the way I am. Okay.
Oh my goodness. You just gave such a gem. I think everyone's like, yes, you just articulated that so well. Oh my goodness. Great.
So
Great.
we
So
have,
listen to that. Like, of course you can buy whatever you want, but this one, to me, like, what does it do? I mean, I feel like it's the clearer, the cleanser.
it's interesting because selenite, you've got a good feeling, Shane. Okay, because selenite is actually a good stone for cleansing as well. Okay, but it helps take a lot of the tension away from our head. Like when we've got so much going on in our head, and there's so much stress in our lives for all different reasons, and we're just over dramatic and overreacting. Then this stone, this selenite, is going to be a really great friend. Okay, I mean, one of the other reasons I know that I'm attracted to this stone is because it's a stone, I call it a stone of determination. Other people might call it a stone of stubbornness, but I like the turn of phrase of determination rather. Okay, and yeah, I can be quite determined in what I want. And so this is like my, as we say, I'm originally Australian, as we say in Australia, this is my mate.
I love it. And what do we do with it? Like, I don't know why. I put them on my windowsill. I have these long ones and I put selenite at most of my windows.
Great.
But yeah, is there a right way to place it or?
Okay, so actually, there are a number of ways that we use the crystals. I want to take you back a step. You asked about healing and how they bring that to us.
Sorry, I
Okay,
guess
yeah,
question.
that's okay. So one of the things that we do with the crystals is we use them for healing, right? So how do I know what the situation is and how to heal somebody? Because my let's say one person's sadness is different to another person's sadness. What caused yours and what caused mine? What's the difference? So where's it coming from? Or one person's self-confidence is based on different things to another person's self-confidence. Okay, one person may have never felt love in their life, so they don't understand what it is to feel loved. And when they don't have that understanding, it's harder for them to give love. So we've got all different things that actually, through a person's choice of crystals, I'm going to understand so much about a person, because I've got like over 100 different crystals, and people choose whatever crystals they want, and through their choice of crystals I see what's going on with them, and then I use the crystals in order to help heal them, because they've chosen what is the most precise thing for them, and it's given me an understanding of what it is happening, whether it's this woman that I met who had discovered that someone had sexually abused her daughter. So I could actually see that through the crystals. I could understand that something had gone on. I obviously saw her, mood swings, her drops in spirit. I mean, it's an awful thing. So I could see that, and then I could actually help her by understanding what it was that had caused her mood swings. Then I'm addressing that. It's not the chemical imbalance, it's not the age, it's the trauma that she's gone through. So therefore, we're going to address that issue. Okay, so it gives us an incredible understanding of what's going on.
I love that. So you work with people. I know there's a bunch of questions, but
Yeah,
so
let's
you
go.
one-on-one, or how do you, because that's a really amazing way I heard of. But yeah, so when would somebody call you, or why do your clients call you?
Okay, so first of all, yes, I do work one-on-one, and incredibly, I work on Zoom as well. In other words, I show people pictures of crystals. Over the Zoom, they choose crystals, and it is incredibly accurate. I can't explain it, but there are some things in life that we really can't necessarily explain, and this is going to have to be one of them. And people choose with incredible accuracy, because I know it's accurate, because when I feed back to somebody what I'm understanding, I'm like, oh my gosh, and like, how did you know that? How did it? Whatever, all of those type of things. And then people contact me because whether they're your friends, your people have seen me here on the podcast. They've heard about me from a friend because I could help their child who had gone through X, who was feeling miserable in school, their little child in kindergarten who, yeah, the little kid I had this lady, she called me up. This is like a family story, okay, sort of thing. This young woman that I knew, okay, she fell pregnant, she had a baby, the baby was a preemie. Okay, fine. Next pregnancy, she gets in touch and she said, Gila, do you have what's called the Even Tkuma, the Tkuma stone? That name is a name that most of us are not going to be familiar with because it's a name written in the Gemara, in the Talmud, okay? Because actually in the Talmud, they talk about the use of crystals.
Wow, I just got chills. That is so cool. Okay, keep going.
They were using them. They all knew about it. It was like, how do you heal people? What do you do? Even Abraham, like our forefather, Abraham, he had a big stone on his neck and people wanted to be healed. They'd look at this stone and they would be healed. So this is like, there's nothing new under the sun. It's something that's been with us through the history and it's talked about in our Jewish sources. It's really known. So she asked me for this Even Tkuma, which in our language, if you know crystals at all, it's called the carnelian stone because the carnelian stone, we know today, they knew it then, and we know today as well, that the carnelian stone is really helpful and beneficial for women who are expecting. So she wanted to make sure that her pregnancy would be as safe as possible, given that she had a preemie the previous time. And so I actually have a set of crystals to help protect pregnancies. Okay, it's like a couple of crystals that people use, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Thank God. Okay,
Yeah,
people feel the difference.
I love it. The one woman who she was a client, she's a really dear friend. She's a postpartum doula. And she works with women who are pregnant, and then she comes to their house and does like the extra like doula stuff after they give birth. And she said, I have no crystals. And I said, well, oh, great. Let's figure out which ones are best. And I know like, intuitively, of course, you gave her an answer before I even asked the question, but beautiful. Anyway, keep going. I have chills. It's really nice that you're sharing all this like stuff that I already wanted to ask.
You see, we're in line, Shane. We're just in line, eh?
Totally.
So I find some people we are just energetically aligned. You know, there's that, you know, when people say chemistry, that
Yes.
kind of thing.
Or
So,
as I know, bashert. That's like a word that I do know. Okay, so we were chatting. We're in a women's group together called Joyfully Jewish, and I showed you a crystal. I just took out one, and you were like, "Oh, that needs to be cleansed." So I brought my black crystals today. I forget what is the name of this one.
that's a black tourmaline.
Tourmaline. So because I do feel a lot and I receive a lot of people's energy, I work with the selenite and these ones, I think they're obsidian, or you would know. They're a little magnetic feeling.
Hematite.
Yes. I put them in my bra and I just walk around my life with them. But I don't cleanse them as much as I probably could.
Uh-huh.
And then I brought my obsidian.
Okay.
And a lodestone.
Wow.
Okay, I bought a lot of crystals. A lot. I have a lot of crystals.
Oh.
But I don't cleanse. I used to. When I didn't have that many, it was easy. I'd put them and then I put them outside. But now there's so many. So and then I brought a little rose quartz just to sit with them.
Great. Okay. So 1 second. I need to make some order with your crystals, Shane. Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, I don't like that the concept of the hematite in your bra is not so wonderful.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay. You want to put the rose quartz there? Go for it. Okay. Because we have different energy centers and the different crystals align to different energy centers. And the hematite aligns to our root chakra, which is a lower energy center. So that applies to the black tourmaline as well, the darker colors. So therefore, I can't go with my black tourmaline, right? And I have a black tourmaline bracelet, and I am wearing it on my wrist because when I put my hand down, that is equated with my root chakra, with the lower
Brilliant.
energy center. So it's in the correct energy center and it's protecting me. And believe me, I need this black tourmaline bracelet most times. Most times. And when I think I don't, I probably do as well. Okay, so that's just let's get that straight. Having
Okay.
this selenite and all your beautiful stones around your house is beautiful. It adds beauty and it adds atmosphere and it adds frequency. It's terrific. So yes, we do need to purify these crystals. We definitely do. So what do? I would recommend to you to take them and put them in. Have you got a lettuce whizzer, a plastic lettuce whizzer?
Oh,
Or
I don't, but I can, yeah, something, I know what it looks like.
or a colander, a plastic colander, that type of thing. Something that's a big strainer. That dump them all in the strainer, take them to your kitchen sink or whichever sink works for you. I like kitchen sinks, right? And I just put it in there, turn on the tap for 2 minutes and let the water run. Let the water run for 2 minutes. And while that water's running, I am asking God that He return the energy to the crystals. Okay, because He gave us these crystals charged and energetic, and we are giving our energy to the crystals and taking their energy. That's what's going on there. So the crystals that we're using all the time, okay, like the ones that we wear in our bra, like I have a little supply there, okay, those ones, I recommend that they're purified once a week.
Okay.
Okay, and in order to do that, because it can be quite challenging at times, I like to say, choose your day. Monday, stone day. And then every Monday, start the day off, purify them, and then soon after, they're all ready to go and you can use them. Now, the ones in the house, in the ideal world, yes, we're going to be purifying them on a weekly basis as well. In a realistic world, we may not do it as frequently, but we definitely need to do it. And I'll admit that I don't do it weekly for the ones in the house, the ones that I've got hanging around. But sometimes I do feel that like I could come, my clinic is in my house. It's in the downstairs of my house. So I have a nice separate entrance, etc., with a stunning view. People can come and enjoy looking at the mountains where I am. For those ones that actually come to my house, I do a lot of the work is on Zoom actually. But I would come up from my clinic. I would go back into the main part of the house, and sometimes I'm like, something's off here. It's like, Gila, when did you last cleanse those crystals? Okay, so it is important to cleanse the crystals. I sort of look at it, if you think about when there was the flood, okay, with Noah's Ark, that whole story, and there was a flood and it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. And after that, what happened? The world was refreshed, it was renewed, it was recharged, it was like a whole new world sort of thing. And I think that the crystals are part of that world and they just need that refreshing and renewing as well. And there's nothing more natural than the rain, the water on these crystals. And then after we run 3 minutes, cold running water, and we ask God to return the energy to the crystals, then we place them outside in daylight. So it doesn't matter if it's raining or if it's cloudy or if it's sunny, but they do need to be outside in daylight for 3 hours. So it's 2 minutes under cold running water and then 3 hours outside in daylight. Okay, so that I highly recommend.
And then are they all okay to be in water?
Sure, yes, they are. I know that there are people say that this one can't go in this one, but the 2 minutes that you put them under cold running water, it's fine.
Okay, great.
Okay, so
This is so good. This is so good because it makes sense. They should be near the energy zones that they're vibrating with, or yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly. It really goes like that. I actually know for myself, and there are certain ones that need to be cleansed more frequently. For example, I have an issue with one of my hands. Okay, I have some osteoarthritis in one of my hands, and it causes me pain. And how do we deal with that pain? I have either actually take a stone and I stick it there, okay? Well, the other thing is I made myself a bracelet that goes there for the pain. Instead of having anything, I put a bracelet there. That bracelet needs purification often, okay? Not every day, but it does need often. Because there are certain things that we can do with jewelry, because I don't want to go purifying this every week. Sometimes I do need to purify it, but I make all my jewelry is made with pure silver. So therefore, the silver actually helps us, and it means that we don't need to purify our crystals as frequently.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is so valuable. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, great. And so I'm so excited because I'm looking at them and they look like you saw it. I don't know. When I showed it to you, you were like, "Do you cleanse your crystals?" I don't know how, but you did. And so I feel really good about
Now you know what to do.
now they're all yelling at me. Yeah, me too,
Yeah, no, they love it. I'm telling you. Sometimes I mean, I know it's crazy, but sometimes I really feel like not, I feel as if they're smiling at me. I just,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
refreshed and that type of thing. Yeah. There's something, they have a life. I was actually listening to to a recording last night, and this guy by the name of Tesla said everything is energy and the crystals are everything. This is going back many years, okay? We're not talking about recent, we're talking about many years. And, they have the energy, they have the frequencies, and they have so much power. We just don't appreciate it and understand it.
Wow. Wow. I have a
Mm.
whole new excitement for clearing them because it really can be life changing. Yeah. Okay, so you could probably, I can keep asking, but I want to let people know, how can they find you, or anything you want to share about what you're offering, or if someone, like as you're talking, I have a friend, Galit, she's from Rockaway Beach, New York, but she's in Jerusalem right now. I want to connect you with her. She's working with something very specific, and I don't know. I don't know how far you are or whatever, but
Okay. So first of all, I'm easily found on the internet. You know that place? Gila
yes.
Slonim, gilaslonim.com. Okay, there's a website there. And then, if you have a specific question, it's very easy to contact me. Just type it in and I get back to you. Okay, so that's easy. And then it's very easy to see what's happening there. I have on the 25th of this month of August, right, on the Sunday, I'm running a webinar. And actually, you know what I'm calling it, Shane? I do this every so often. It's called a crystal conversation, which is pretty similar to what we're doing now. Okay, because people have questions, just like you've got questions, and I want to give them that opportunity. So I always like to start, though, with Jewish content, because I want everybody to understand that the crystals are very, in inverted commas, kosher. It's something that we as Jewish people can really feel comfortable and good about using. It's there are many of our sages talk about crystals and how they were used. And I think for me personally, when I started to get into the world of crystals, that was the most basic building block for me. So I always start with a little bit of that and share a little bit of info, and then ask the questions. I can't promise that I can answer everything, but I'm more than happy for people to ask lots of questions and to share stuff, and just like casually to enjoy the crystal world and thing. So I said I'm going to do that because it's summer, and it's not like this tense. I mean, here in Israel, people may be tense and stressed out, but the truth is we're getting on with our life, and it's like in parallel to knowing what's going on in the world, we are also just getting on, and it's holiday time, so people are taking their kids out and people are making arrangements and doing all sorts of different things. And I'm going with that flow of summer and saying, let's do that nice crystal conversation. So people can contact me through the website. They can sign up very easily. It's a free webinar. So, everybody can join. They're welcome to join. I have calendar. I'll send you a link actually to the webinar and to all the different
Yes.
things.
Yeah. I'll post it here. And can anybody join, or is it just for those who are Jewish?
I truth, anybody can join. I think it'll resonate best with people who are Jewish because I go through those things. But if somebody else wants to join, then they're welcome. And the other thing that I have there, which is like an amazing thing, I think it's amazing. I spent a lot of time on it. It's a calendar. I'm a calendar queen. I have on my desk at the moment, I've got about 4 different calendars. And not my calendar. I actually made a calendar. It's a perpetual calendar, which means that it doesn't have the days attached, but it's got the dates. So therefore, if I want to put in your birthday, I'm going to put in the date of your birthday. And every year when it comes to whatever month it is, I look at the month of June and I see all the events. I've got somebody's birthday, somebody's wedding anniversary, whatever it is, I think. And so, okay, but what's the big deal? Why did I do this? Because I related to the crystals, because there are 12 crystals and there are 12 main crystals, and they are related to the 12 tribes. Okay, our forefather Jacob had 12 sons. These are the 12 tribes, and each tribe was represented by one of the crystals. And I've attached them to a particular month, the relevant month, okay? And I've given a little explanation about each of the crystals and each of the months, and it's really something very pretty. I think it's very pretty. And I have a hard copy that people are welcome to purchase, and if not, people are welcome to download it as well. So it's a free download, basically. So
well, I want that. My birthday is Sunday.
wow.
Yeah, that sounds so fun. I love calendars. I do too. Yes.
Yeah, I have to whatever. It's just one of the ways that I work, get everything done. You know, on the global, the micro, the macro, every different
level.
Oh,
yes. Many women here are entrepreneurs or creatives, and it's a lot of like rah, but we have to find ways to remember, okay, today's the day for so that's always a work in progress, I think.
Yes, and the creatives, it's very hard for us to actually rein ourselves in and say, okay, but this and this and this and this has to get done. Pull yourself together.
Yes, exactly. And of course, now I want to ask, well, crystal's good for that. So I want to say that you're coming into the Trust Club membership as a guest. And so for those people who are wondering if they should join my group, these are the kind of guests we have. Very genius, very expert, but also very practical. Like, I got so much just about, okay, what can I do versus like giving me a bunch of information that now adds to the mishigas of like, woo, but it's like, okay, Monday is this crystal day. Start your week off, put my rose quartz because it's of the heart, right? And so I'm so grateful. Yeah. Anything else? But what did you want to share? I know I started something about like how to be organized or focused, I think was my question.
You talked to me about focus. So we have a few stones for focus. Okay. I like one stone that's called the Gemodorite, is very good to help us focus. Gemodorite, it's a blue stone.
I don't know that stone.
You'll get to know it. It's got a few other elements to it as well. The tiger's eye, which I'm sure you'll know, is really great for that. And another one that's good for that is the aragonite. Aragonite looks like a bit of a funny flower. Okay, they come in flowers. So those stones are really good. But I think one thing is focusing, and the other thing is we need to stop the chatter that's going on in our heads all the time. Okay, our heads are running at 1,000,000 miles an hour. We want to stop that chatter a little bit. So if you take the howlite stone, that is really good to stop that chatter in your mind. So you want to.
I don't know that one either. Amazing.
There's lots to learn, Shane. There are so many crystals.
Wow.
So many crystals, lots to learn. It's like, we've been able to give you the tip of the iceberg, and I'm, happy to share, obviously.
Amazing. Okay. Well, you are in this group. So if anybody has a question, they can post it, and I will post the link to join your webinar. And it's really special that you're here today. We really are an international group. I just added that word a couple of months ago because it's like we have people in London, Israel, and we have a couple of people in Australia. And it's very interesting to, like we have opposite seasons of Australia. So that really is kind of like a little bit, it's just weird. It's like, how can we be in the same planet and be so Anyway, so I'm so grateful that you showed up today and that we connected. And I look forward to having you in the Trust Club. Anything you want to share just in closing? I know that's a weird question, but anything that's calling you to share?
No, just thank you for this opportunity. It's so lovely to be here, and it's such a pleasure to chat with you. We're on the same air waves, frequencies. I really feel our vibrations are connected, and it's been amazing. Really, I welcome people to turn to me with questions, etc., and to reach out to me with the greatest of pleasure. And I'd love to hear from you. Thank you, Shane. Thanks for this amazing opportunity.
Yes. All right, everybody. See you soon.
Bye.